Hi, my name is Matt. I'm putting together a how to use DriveImageXML. It's a program that I use a lot. I use it all the time, and it's pretty much my bread and butter when it comes to making $100 here and there. So if you want to learn a cool trick and save you a bunch of time and maybe even make some money on the side, here you go. So essentially what I'm doing is I just rebooted that computer. I'm going to boot into the BIOS here, so I can boot to the CD-ROM, not the hard drive. It's important to change that over, otherwise you're not going to be able to boot up to the Ultimate Boot CD, obviously. So once I get that changed over, I'll be able to load that up and get down to business. So just change check marks around, make sure the CD-ROM's first. I don't really have to worry about the floppy drive per se. I'm not doing anything there. Actually, I'm about to rip it out. So save the changes. I think Escape worked on that. Most of these newer ones are F10. It saves and exits the BIOS and automatically reboot, and you'll see here once it boots back up that the CD-ROM starts spinning and not the hard drive. So you see it there, it starts CD, it goes ahead, and all this will be automatic. You can see there's timers on all of it, so you don't really have to click any buttons to get the Ultimate Boot CD running once you boot to the CD. So pretty much it takes about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your hardware, to actually get it up and running. It takes quite some time to run, so it's probably a good time to go get some coffee once you get it started. But once you get it running, I'll show you DriveImageXML. It's just going to take about a minute or two to get there. Alright, you'll see here it's booting up to Windows XP. It's Windows XP that is actually on the CD. So it's going to look a little bit different, plain and simple, because it's the Ultimate Boot CD and not your normal Windows. And having said that, it's going to run a little bit slower because it's running off your CD-ROM and not your hard drive or RAM or anything like that. So be patient with it, because no matter how slow it is, I'm not saying it's too slow, but it is a little bit slow, and you can tell there's some latency to it. It's still a viable tool and saves me a ton of time. Alright, so once you get another screen here, it says something about starting different shells. I've never touched the other shells because I pretty much just use the default one, and it's got a timer on it too, so you don't have to click anything. But if you want to go into other shells and mess with that, you're more than welcome to, and maybe you can teach me something. But typically I don't mess around with that. So it's take another second, and once it pulls up, you'll see a prompt. It asks you, do you want to start a network connection? Right there, you see it. I always say no, just because I don't really need to go to the network on a machine I'm going to format or troubleshoot. Typically, I don't want a machine that is infected with a virus or malware on my internet. I don't want them on my network at all, so I typically say no there. Rare occasions I will, but very rare. Alright, so there's a desktop icon for DriveImage. I just clicked it. I went ahead and clicked on the restore because this one needs to be formatted to the default. So it's just asking me where is my backup, and you can have your backup anywhere. It's going to be the fastest if you have it on the same drive that's in the computer. So I'm selecting that XML file of my fresh install. But the Ultimate Boot will except USB hard drives. So you can stick a USB hard drive in there and find your backup and do that, and that's fine too. It's just asking me, is this what I want to do? It's saying restore this image, the file that I picked, to that drive, and it's the drive that I picked was the C drive. But you can pick any drive you want as long as you've created that partition already. Now it's just going to ask me for a confirmation. You type in what it says and hit OK. Now it's the point of no return, so if you don't want to do it, hit cancel, because you will lose all the data that is on the drive you pick. So if you want to back up your files, videos, and this and that, it's a good time to do it before you run DriveImage, because you will lose it. So alright, it runs for about 20 minutes, and when it's all said and done, you can see there, that's my backup. I'm looking at it. Once again, I booted back into the hard drive, and I was able to log back into that same machine in about, it was about 35 minutes on that one, just because it was an older machine. But my laptop ran it in about 20 minutes, so it's worth it. Go and create yourself a backup, play around with it, you'll love it.